Hi, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome to TCM, and thanks for joining me for the first musical matinee of November. Today's film may be more accurately described as a drama with some music instead of a conventional musical, but it's a movie about a musical comedy star. She's played by Joan Crawford in a performance that only a star of Crawford's magnitude could have given. From MGM in 1953, it's Torch Song. Joan Crawford plays Jenny Stewart, a temperamental Broadway diva who's fiercely demanding and self-absorbed. But beneath her tough exterior, she's lonely until she meets a piano player who is blind and begins to fall in love. Torch Song was produced at MGM, and it marked Joan Crawford's return to the studio for the first time in a decade. MGM had been Crawford's first home in Hollywood from the mid-1920s until the mid-40s, when she left to join Warner Brothers. The movie also marked a return to her early days as a dancer, which was how she got her start in show business. Crawford hoped she would also get the chance to sing in Torch Song, but in that respect, she was disappointed. Her singing was dubbed by India Adams, who had just finished dubbing Sid Charisse's vocals in The Bandwagon. MGM set out to make Torch Song on a relatively low budget, so the studio recycled material from some of its other musicals, including The Bandwagon. Sid Charisse had performed a number in that movie that was cut called Two-Faced Woman, so MGM decided to use India Adams' vocal recording and film the number again for this film with Joan Crawford. It's worth noting up front that the Two-Faced Woman number is shocking and outrageous for many reasons, one of which is that Crawford inexplicably performs it in blackface. You'll also see Crawford dancing in the opening scene of the film to a song that's recycled from Royal Wedding. Her dance partner in that scene is the movie's director, Charles Walters. From 1953, also with Michael Wilding, Gig Young, and Marjorie Rambeau, here is Torch Song. Torch Song was nominated for one Academy Award. Marjorie Rambeau, who played Crawford's mother, received a Best Supporting Actress nomination. For Crawford, Torch Song was an important production. It was her first film for MGM in 10 years, her first musical in 14 years, and her first feature film shot entirely in Technicolor. She was 47 years old at the time, looking as fabulous as ever, and she was nervous about dancing on screen again after such a long hiatus. She found comfort in her director, Charles Walters, who was also the choreographer. Walters was one of the top musical directors at MGM, with credits that included Good News, Easter Parade, The Barclays of Broadway, and Lily. Joan Crawford felt so reassured working with him that she asked him to be her dancing partner in the movie's opening scene. Not many stars could get away with asking their director to play a glorified chorus boy, but Joan Crawford was not just any star. Incidentally, Torch Song is one of the films that Carol Burnett and I introduced together last year when we showed a series of films that she spoofed on the Carol Burnett Show. If you missed it, we'll be re-airing the film and her sketch called Torchy Song later this month on November 28th. Up next, Van Heflin and Robert Ryan star in a tense film noir from 1948, directed by Fred Zinnemann.
Next on TCM, Active Violence, then The Thing from Another World, and later, Where Eagles Dare. Go out on a limb with TCM today.